The man walking in front of me is called Ikoen. Due to the lack of money to buy a flat in the city, he started making fun of the girl he used to meet. He was heartbroken, so Ikoen left everything and went deep into the jungle. He thought, I will make a small house here and live my life as I wish. He found an open, quiet place where he took out his tools, and after cleaning the place, he started digging the soil. The soil here was very soft, so in a moment he dug a medium-sized hole from which the shape of the whole ashray slowly began to emerge. But to make the place comfortable and clean, he had to collect some strong wood. He removed the outer skin and rough surface of the wood. Then he took out his favorite steel pick, which he used to cut and scrape the trunks of the trees, and was making it even with fineness. As if drying a washcloth, when enough wood was ready for his tree friends, he started making the frame of the ashray pillars. He placed 2 pieces of wood on top of each other and made a hole with a drill from above. He drilled the holes of the wood in them. He tightened each joint tightly, so that even after 100 years, these pieces of wood could not be separated from each other. After this, Ikoen prepared 2 more strong wooden pillars in the same way and buried them in the pits dug earlier. Then he carved the 2 ends of the wood in the shape of a conical cone so that they would join perfectly with the other pillars and form a solid wall. To strengthen the wall and seal it, he laid a thin sheet of grass between each layer of wood. This design would make any perfectionist happy. With his patience and perfection, Ikoen prepared an entire edge in a short time. Then, in the same way, he cut the wood in the other directions and fitted it to the right size. With the help of a large hammer, he tightened each joint so tightly that once it was seated, it could not even move, as if it had become as strong as a mountain. The sound of the hammer echoed throughout the forest. In a short time, a 3rd wall was also built on the other side. Now, with the opportunity, he started digging the stove. Cutting the upper soil, he made a path to the outside. Then he collected some smooth stones from the surroundings and prepared the face of the stove with them. The shape of each stone was different, but Ikoen's skillful hands solidified them in such a way that the whole structure looked completely balanced and beautiful. As soon as the stove was completely built, Ikoen set out to collect the wood to light the fire. Coincidentally, he found a fallen old tree of wood, whose shape was perfect for making the door. He cut the tree in 2 parts from the middle, then removed its outer shell. He measured and cut the wood in the right size so that the door parts can be made exactly the same. As the thickness of the wood was not the same, he had to smoothen it a little. But he did not throw the part that was cut out, because it would later be used to light the fire of the stove. After resting for a while, Ikoen got back to work. First of all, he cleaned the entrance of the house. Then, with great effort, he made the frame of the strong door. Ikoen is really very talented. He made the last wall in the same way as before. It was really peaceful to see him working. Every action was so precise, so smooth, that it seemed as if an artist was accumulating his art. In a short time, Ikoen left the place of the window and raised it to the same height as the other walls. In this way, the work of all the walls was completely finished. Now it was the turn of the main door of the ashram. First of all, he cut round wooden slats on both sides. Then he firmly fitted them in the small holes of the frame of the door. When the door was opened and closed, a very soft sound came from it. After that, it was the turn of making the roof, which could not be taken lightly in any condition. Every place had to be joined precisely, and every joint had to be tied tightly with wooden nails. In a short time, Ikoen prepared the entire frame of the roof. He laid the wood one by one on top. This design was not only easy and practical, but it could not even stop the water. When the last wood also settled in its place, he began to strengthen the roof. He made small holes in the wood and hit the nails with a heavy hammer at once, so that no wood could move from its place. When everything was firmly attached, Ikoen could not wait any longer. He lay down to rest a little and completely immersed himself in the lap of nature. After this, he started filling every empty place with green kai. But his ability to stop the water was not very good, so he put a layer of mud on the kai for safety. To be honest, this combination was amazing, isn't it? Then he collected dry leaves from the surroundings, spread them all over the roof, and laid another layer of mud from above. In this way, the roof of 3 layers was ready. Now there was nothing to be afraid of. There was mud on the roof, so he added a layer of grass on top. It was looking very beautiful. By this time, The entire ashray was almost ready. After this, he thought of decorating his small courtyard a little. He laid a green grass bed on the ground and planted some small plants so that the environment around was fresh and lively. Now his hermitage looked like a small heaven-like garden. Meanwhile, he dug a small drain next to it so that the water could not be stored when it rained. After a while, it really started raining heavily in the jungle. He immediately went to his small hut, lit a fire in the stove, and as soon as he saw it, the atmosphere inside became warm and pleasant like spring. He made a bed out of wooden blocks and laid a soft pine leaf cover on it. He also made a pillow out of pine leaves. Then in a moment, he prepared a small dining table and hung 2 kerosene lamps outside, which made his new home look completely different and beautiful. Now it was time to eat. While walking in the jungle, he was a little tired, so today's food will be very easy. Some fried potatoes, which look like cheese. I'm kidding. Actually, he had a piece of old meat. No special spices, just sprinkled a little black pepper, and then roasted it on fire. But the fire got a little too hot. So what had to happen? The food was a little burnt. It looked like it was burnt more than 12 numbers. Still, the taste was not bad, so there was no need to show this part much. When the fire started to go out slowly, Ikuin went into his bed. The next morning, with the golden rays of the sun, the whole house looked like a palace of a fairy tale. He woke up from sleep, prepared a cup of hot coffee, took it in his hand, and came out of the door. He took a deep breath and felt the freshness of a new day. So tell me, didn't you like this small house in the jungle?